I'd like to take this occasion to thank all of the Periscope live stream community that engaged with me in January and February of 2020 on this Vietnam quest. Je voudrais remercier la communauté Periscope qui a participé avec moi durant cette tournée
You noticed.
au
I was
Vietnam.
going to wait. I wasn't going to say, but yes. So these are the new glasses I bought. They're semi-rimless, and the prescription is really up to date. So, jeebus, I see so much better with these ones compared to the ones that I have. Why are you sorry? What did I say to make you say you're sorry? No, I mean, I wasn't going to say until somebody said something. So you broke the thing because you're part of my people. Because there are other people that came here but aren't my regulars and weren't savvy to the fact that I went to the optician. So don't misinterpret what has happened here. It's okay. Now I got permission to talk about my new glasses. These are them. Am I still cooking? I haven't. I haven't cooked while I'm here because Vietnam is a food culture and there are people very adept. Oh wait, I did make my own pho this morning, and it's a process because the noodles are ready, but they have to be washed and kind of fluffed. The bike, well, the company brought me to a quiet place out of town, and it's peaceful. It's on a little pond that has a pathway that's partially paved, partial gravel, hardly any traffic, a few people that are getting their exercise, walking their dog. So I didn't kill a dog. I didn't have to swerve and hit a tree. But, all these little mini potential things are there, but it's very quiet and peaceful, none of that crazy traffic sound. The ideal place to just get in line with you and your bike and, the breeze. That's it. No other I'm just curious about driving in traffic. I'm not going to do it. What I am going to do, pronounced faux, fa, f, f, faux, fa, fu, fa, 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 fa. You love that stuff, yeah. So I made f, and fa. I made fa this morning. So now I've got three things going on. So yeah, I kind of technically cooked today. So that was the extent of it. Yesterday I went into snack gathering mode because everything shuts down during Tet and becomes 3 times more expensive. So you might not even get somebody to make you a sandwich. And if you can get somebody to make you a sandwich, it's going to cost 3 times as much. So I went and bought a big bag of snacks, and I put them in my storage locker. But then I'm going to probably buy some more selective things that won't spoil. Not just salty with preservative things that resemble Doritos and things like that. Pronounce sound. No, I like pronouncing it sandwiches. I just have an affinity for the word sandwich. Make me a sandwich. It's a lot more fun. Anybody can say sandwich, All right. So you can say sandwich, I'll say sandwich. So I'm going to get a ride back into town with my instructor, and then I'm going to figure out what kind of organized tour that I'm going to do so that I get my road legs. You know what will happen is that this will be out somewhere away from city traffic, and I'll probably have to be in city traffic, but I will be with part of a group. I will be part of a posse. So it's a lot easier when you're following your posse out of the city than it is doing it on your own. So I assume that's what's going to happen. And that's my small steps until I get more confident. And then I'll determine whether or not I want to see more of the country, either solo or I'll run into somebody who's interested in doing the same kind of thing. Did you say pussy? Shonofi? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going on here. No, I did not say that word. I know my limitations, and I'm owning up to them. And I'm doing the responsible thing by getting the right kind of training and the right kind of supervision so that I don't end up going home with a bashed knee or something to that effect, or at least minimizing it to as much as I possibly can, no matter how pussy like that looks. So if that answers to that, are you on a... Yes. Well, I was talking about my pacing. I'm like a bear in a cage, especially when my mind is racing because I'm just exhilarated from the hour that I had on the motorbike, from just like the introduction that I had prior to that. And then I was given the bike and I was given a really peaceful path where I could practice my shifting on and braking and shifting and braking and that kind of thing. So generally when my mind is racing, I tend to be like a bear in a cage, and I'm waiting. I'm in waiting mode. So we can walk outside. That way I won't be going around in circles. Hey, Sirius. I just had about an hour on the bike. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, you have more nerve than I. I wouldn't drive. Okay. Let's look at them. This is like a, a bike shop, a bike company that specializes in tours. They rent them out, and they have varying strengths of bikes. But what you see, you don't necessarily need a bicycle that can go very fast because Vietnam is not a. I don't need to go on the big highway and share the highway with the big trucks. The better thing to do is to go on those little off-roads where the big trucks aren't allowed to go, and that's where you get all the scenic beauty that this country has to offer. And all you need is a bike like this that can go slightly off-road. Get it? So anything more than 250 cc's, and I think you're kind of doing overkill. Alrighty. And who's the loser now? What an asshole. Jeez. So let's go outside. So I gave you a shot of yeah, you blocked it. Yeah. I think that would be projecting. This is the company, but this is the I could buy a bike if I wanted to. Or I might rent one. Or I might do neither. So I have all those choices and a couple of more that I haven't determined that yet. I guess it all depends on where it is for a day, or if it's for 3 days, or if it's 5 days. Privyet. And yeah, the gentleman that runs the shop was talking to me about buying one. I haven't decided yet. I guess I need to determine what's best for me and what I want to do. And then based on that knowledge, I'll determine what I end up choosing doing. So it's always good to have choices. So I can buy. I mean, the thing is that what people who come to Vietnam to tour it by bike can buy a bike. Generally, it's used and it's in very good like maintenance. And this is where, like, you want it from an outfit like this, the Flamingo, or there's the other one, Tidget. Those are the top two. It's so peaceful riding mode. Yes, I was in the Zen. I was in a Zen place Just behind there was where I was practicing my shifting. Probably reasonable price like anything else. Yeah, it's for a used one. It's in between $200 and $300, and what happens is that you end up selling it before you leave, or you can rent it probably for the same amount, but you get like maintenance that comes with it. Meaning, if there's any issue with the bike, it gets taken care of right away, and you don't have to worry about having to sell it in a hurry. But you get a really well-tuned bike that's going to be your trusty steed for the duration of your trip. So depending on, I guess if you're really going to stay here a very long time, it might make more sense to buy the bike and to pay for the maintenance and then sell it. If your time's a little shorter, you're better off probably just renting it. Hanoi rocks. Yeah, I kind of have to say. It's been challenging. It hasn't been all, you know, irritation free. I've been tested. I've been tested, but I haven't really. Oh, you know what? I lost it on some Brits. I lost it on some millennial Brits yesterday. I let them have it. Ils vont le manger. Oh non, je crois pas, Titas. Ils sont pas pour. Ils sont pas pour la table. Ils sont pas pour la table. C'est en effet pour protection, pour gardien, chien de gardien. Mais si vous insistez pour dire que juste pour dire, tu vas prendre la porte. C'est clair? Alors, arrête-moi ça. Tout de suite. Ouf, all right. Non, on mange pas ça. Ça, on mange pas. Ça, c'est un beau toutou qu'on garde comme bouche. Ça jappe quand il y a des étrangers et c'est sa job. Il y a une job aussi. Et sa job n'est pas pour la table. Got it? All right. This person was saying that these dogs were meant to be, and they're guard dogs. Anyway, I'm known for blocking. So yeah, I let some Brits have it because I was tested and I lost my temper, but they had it coming. But it did kind of feel good at the moment I let them have it. But I have since then. There is a band called Hanoi Rocks. They rock. Sometimes you just have to. It feels good in the moment. Sometimes, but then it all depends. Yeah, I don't think that you should lose your composure with the locals because you're a guest here. You're a guest in their country, and if you lose patience with somebody, like you're being tested, then it shows what you're made of. But when other people who are also just visiting here are behaving in a way, for some reason I don't give a pass for that. I I went to full blast, but it was a micro blast nonetheless. But they got the message because they get nuance. All right, I try not to unload, but if they insist. Your buddy went backpacking there 3 years ago. He's still missing. Oh, that's so sad. Well, I'll look for him. I will do my best to find him. How's that? Is that a deal?